Good evening. It is so good to have you back with us. We have another show for you, a very outstanding show. We have outstanding guests for you this evening, and we're going to get right into it. I'm Tom Waters, your host, and I'm so glad that you just agreed to join us because this is going to be a fantastic show. I have John Michael Ferrari. He is a singer and songwriter, and I have his manager, Pepper J. Now, I'm going to let them introduce themselves and say a little bit about exactly what they are before we really get into the discussion. So, John Michael, just tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, I actually went to Las Vegas High School here.
Oh, okay.
Just before I went to the service, and I remember they called me into the principal's office and they said, "We have a really good idea."
Yes.
I go, "Oh, what is it?" They said, "We think you should drop out of school and join the military."
Oh, man. Okay.
Give you an idea how well I was doing in school.
But you've done so much better
Yes,
since then.
I took their advice and I joined the military, and it was the best thing I could have done. And after I got out of the military...
Now, you served in the Army, is that correct?
Served in the Army.
Okay.
And I wrote a song while I was in Vietnam called Dust Off. And surprisingly, it was amazing how that song kind of just took off. I was playing all the officers' clubs for a while. And
okay.
things. But then I made a request to go back to my unit. You know, there's a certain feeling of when you're dedicated to your unit, you know, just where you feel you should be.
Absolutely.
You know, so I had that feeling I wanted to get back to the unit, and I got out of the service and I started playing a bunch of little clubs. You know, back then, when I got out of the service, there was every corner had a little bar, a little steakhouse, and in the corner you'd always see a guitar player. You know, playing all the Jim Croce and Cat Stevens songs, things like that. And that's what I did, and they paid us.
Oh,
They paid us very well. Well, $35, $40 a night was good.
Good pay at that time.
My rent was only $60 a month.
Okay.
So in comparison, I was doing pretty well. And I kept up doing that, and playing little clubs around the Bay Area, sometimes Las Vegas. But my career didn't take off until I met Pepper.
All right.
That's when, you know, you got to have a business manager, somebody who knows what they're doing.
Absolutely.
And she took it to the next level.
Okay. And now we're going to hear about Pepper J and exactly how you got involved in this.
Well, it's so nice to see you. It really
Oh, it's
is.
good to see both of you again.
Thank you, thank you. So I am Pepper J. I'm a music producer. I started producing when I was a kid. Backyard plays. You go here. You sing this. You know. You jump off the roof. I do what? Yeah, I'm the director. Jump off the roof. So I guess it was in 1990. My son took me to a resort, beautiful resort, outside of Palm Springs, California, called Highland Springs Resort.
Okay.
And it reminded me of the Catskills.
Yeah,
you know,
like
that.
Dirty Dancing.
Yeah. That's exactly right. And this young man, cute young man, was singing in the lounge. And I thought he was kind of cute, and he started playing Lady in Red, and he took my hand, and we danced Lady in Red, and I thought, oh, that was fun. So we went and changed for dinner. It was a nice encounter. And when I got to dinner that night, he was at the table. I guess my son had invited him. And as we're sitting there, he took bread and tore it off and dipped it in his wine and ate it. And I thought, this is not anyone I ever want to spend time with, ever. Turns out he's not a drinker. He doesn't drink wine. I don't know what he was doing. But I told him, you're very good at what you do, but I can take you to another level.
Okay.
And he said, okay, let's do it. And we've been working on music together for almost 35 years now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That is so beautiful. And then with all the things that you've accomplished just as a singer and songwriter with Nashville.
Nashville's been good to us.
Oh, yes.
And I don't know how many of you have been to Nashville. It's a very friendly town.
Yes.
And all the musicians, songwriters, it is a songwriter's town. are very supportive of each other. I mean, they are competitive because everybody wants to get that break, but they're very supportive. If you're playing someplace and everybody will show up to support you, and you know, and you reciprocate by supporting them. It's just a wonderful town, but it's given us a really good career. Because it's funny, because my music isn't really country, but the fact that we record in Nashville and we put a slide guitar in there.
Everyone thinks it's country.
It's like, oh, that's country music.
So it'll hit the country charts, and the same song will be on pop charts or mainstream charts or gospel charts or whatever it is he's doing.
They call that crossover.
Yes.
And we're very fortunate that we are crossover artists, because many people get on the charts as either country or pop.
Or rock.
Rock, something like that. But we're on the charts on both country and pop.
Nashville has been wonderful to us. They've been very accepting. Everyone is like to John Michael, oh, let's co-write together. Let's co-write together. Let's co-write together. And we have co-written a couple of songs. One of them was Working My Way to Nashville, and it's won awards everywhere. And it's an interesting experience, Nashville. We can't wait to go back.
Well, when you're not in Nashville, where do you live?
On the ranch, feeding chickens.
And goats.
Goats.
On the ranch in Pahrump.
Yeah.
Now, those that are looking that are listening from Nye County, they know where Pahrump is, and I think everybody in Clark County also knows where Pahrump is. So if they'd like to come out to the ranch and meet John Michael and Pepper J, of course you have to come to Pahrump. And that's where we are today.
Yeah.
So
you invited all of Clark County to come to our ranch?
I'm inviting them to know exactly where you are so they can tell other people that we have a famous songwriter in the town of Pahrump.
Well, we've been very blessed with his songs over the years. And the ranch that we've created really is for children. And so if you're a part of a group that really would like to have kids feel safe for a day or a weekend, hit us up. Water Rock Ranch on Facebook has its own page, and we'd love to try to accommodate you if we can.
You know, when I'm playing in Nashville, I'll be playing someplace, and people say, well, where are you from? And I'll say, I'm from this little town that probably you haven't heard of. I'll say, it's called Pahrump. And people in the audience, I've been there. I've driven through there.
That is just fantastic. Now, you gave a website as to where people can find the ranch. Would you give that again?
Well, it's on Facebook.
Okay.
And the handle is Water Rock Ranch.
Water Rock Ranch.
Yes, but you can reach us anytime through John's website, John Michael Ferrari, like the car, Ferrari, and
Our hip camp.
JohnMichaelFerrari.com. We do have a teepee on the ranch that we rent out through hipcamp.com.
Okay. Now, they need to hear exactly what John Michael has been doing. Now, we have a song prepared, and what we're going to do is we're going to close out this segment while you listen to this song. And this is, again, this is somebody famous from Nashville. We say Nashville from Pahrump. and get to hear some of his music. There's a lot of music, and he can tell you much more about that. But like I said, we're going to close out this segment just by listening to this song. So sit back, enjoy, and here's Michael Ferrari with I Keep Dreaming. Is that correct?
I Keep Dreaming.
Okay.
Yes, I've been in love with you for such a long time, and I wonder how it would be to hold you so tight, to feel your lips so close to mine, and hear your sweet and gentle sigh. And when you cry, oh, I'd hold your face and let your tears touch mine. Sentimental fool, I keep dreaming how it could be, how I wish you knew like me, but I'll go on loving you for eternity. Sentimental fool, I keep dreaming how it could be. How I wish you knew. Yeah, sentimental fool. I should have said a long time ago just how you made me feel. Maybe then you'd be loving me, still loving him. Whoa, I feel close to mine. Whoa, I feel close to mine. Sentimental fool, I keep dreaming, dreaming of you. Sentimental fool, I keep dreaming, dreaming of you. Sentimental fool, I keep dreaming, dreaming of you. Sentimental fool.
Welcome back. We're so glad to have you back with us. Now, I hope you truly enjoyed that song, I Keep Dreaming. Now, we have another song for you because when you have an artist that is this talented, we want you to hear everything that this artist can do. And so we have something about, it's entitled Soldier's Prayer. Now, how did we come up with that? And what album is that on?
Soldier's Prayer is on an EP called Soldier's Prayer. There are 4 gospel inspirational type songs. And the inspiration a lot came from John being in the Army.
Well, yeah. I don't know how I started writing the song. It just started to come to me. But, you know, the premise is like both sides want to come home. You know, we always think about just one side. But when you're in battle, you know, even though you're fighting the enemy, we have a common goal that we want to go home. We all want to go home.
Absolutely.
And we all leave loved ones behind. And the premise of this song was that a soldier goes off to war, but he dies. He gets killed as soon as he gets there, and that happens quite frequently in my unit. And that's what the song's about. It's about the soldier who dies and leaves his bride and the child to be born, but he looks after her for 60 years and waits for her, so when she's old, you know, she'll join him. And the premise of that came from actually a TV movie I saw, The Ghost of Mrs. Muir. You ever seen that?
Oh, yes.
That's the same thing, you know.
Okay.
You know, he has a relationship and he looks out after her, and at the end, he comes and takes her. You know.
So I hope you enjoyed this music video I put together.
That is beautiful. Okay, let's go right into the song, and we'll come back to you right after you hear this song.
60 years went rolling by. It was here we said goodbye. The war was brewing, it was extreme. We were only teens. I knew the day I died, all alone, my brand new bride. Our favorite song would be a sign I'd be back in time. So raise a flag with pride and grace. I seen the pain on a soldier's face. Bring me home, both sides say I'm a soldier of the USA. You weren't alone all these years. I've seen you cry, I know your tears. You raised our child and a family, all without me. You've done well with your life, lots of friends by your side. I heard a nightly secret prayer, I was always there. So raise our flag with pride and grace. I seen the pain on a soldier's face. Bring me home, both sides say I'm a soldier of the USA. Now it's time, my lovely wife, to bring you home. Say goodnight. Close your eyes to our favorite song. Can you see me now? Can you see me now? One day we'll come back in time for those we leave behind. But for now, we'll watch them grow. Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home.
Okay, I think that's it, and I hope you enjoyed that song. That is a beautiful song, and just as John Michael said, it tells the story of a person in battle and the whole bit. You've got the gist of it, and that's what it's all about. Now, let's go back and let's talk about your ranch and talk about some of the things that you're doing.
Right now, I'm still putting up the teepee. I don't know if you ever...
taken it down and put it up so many times.
So many times I've taken
So
put
funny.
it up.
Sometimes it works perfectly, sometimes just a little off.
It's a little off. I don't know if you've ever constructed a teepee. It's a 20-foot teepee.
18-foot diameter.
Oh, 18. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
He's doing very well on it.
So at the last few stages. We've had it for quite a few years.
Yeah, it's lovely.
And we rent it out frequently.
We really do it to meet interesting people.
Yeah, we've met interesting people.
The people that traveled with the Hamilton play. We've met, over the years we've met many people. But we have a Quonset hut that we have a stage in.
Okay.
And that's where we work with the children. And mostly teens, actually. And they come with either parents or counselors. And we teach them, and they're able to interact with each other without worrying about being bullied. And we work with a lot of youth ministries in the churches in and around town, and then across the United States. They come schools, acting schools, modeling schools, singing schools, for just a moment of animals, beauty. We love our town of Pahrump. It's so beautiful. And calmness and camaraderie. And
we work with the coalition.
Oh yeah, we work with the Nye Coalition, the Works Program.
Okay.
Well, we volunteer with several organizations, and so that's what the ranch is for. We built it to share because we've been very blessed with our music.
Yeah.
When you talked about the Quonset hut and the fact that that's where you actually have the children come, that's a beautiful location. Now I happen to have gone out there and saw that, so I can tell everybody this is truly something to see. And something to hear. You've heard the songs, you know the music, and you know the talent in both of these individuals. So with that, you need to know more. And we don't want this just to be forgotten. We want everyone to know about John Michael Ferrari and Pepper J. When you hear those names, you should say, oh yes, I know where they are. They're in Pahrump. But we have They have a beautiful ranch. They teach children how to sing, how to play, and they're just fantastic, which is why I wanted them on this show, because I wanted you to hear more and more about them.
I'll tell you a quick story. I took Pepper to the UPS one day, and I was sitting out waiting for her in the parking lot there. And I'm watching this man, he's a homeless guy, and he's got his dog, and he's carrying his water jugs and things, and he's walking. And he looks up and he sees me. He goes, "Hey, Ferrari, congratulations on your award."
The people in Pahrump have been
beautiful.
so wonderfully kind and supportive of us. It's a community like no other, I think. We're rural, but we have a lot of people now.
Remember your truck broke down one time?
Our truck broke down. So many people. Can I help you? Can I give you a ride? It's like a horse was loose, and one car came, and we kind of made a corral with all our cars, and the owner came out and took the horse back, and then we nodded and went on. These are the kind of things that happen in Pahrump.
Because we have wild horses that roam around.
Yeah, we do. They're beautiful. Don't feed them, please.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
But it's a wonderful place, and the people in town are extraordinarily supportive of us and our music, and the radio stations, well, all over the world play it, but it's more fun when we hear it on a Pahrump station, you know.
Yeah, we were someplace for somebody's house. They were playing Pandora, and we're sitting there all talking, and all of a sudden one of my songs comes on.
Well, it's exciting.
Oh, that's you.
Now,
so, thank you guys for being supportive.
Let's tell them how many different awards you've won and what those awards covered.
She knows those better than I do.
So what are they?
Well, let's work backwards. His song that he wrote in 2015 that I came on as a songwriter, and then Ray Ligon came on as a songwriter, just won Kentucky Songwriter of the Year from the Kentucky Country Music Association.
Okay.
It won Co-Songwriter of the Year at the North American Country Music Association International. Country music single, several songs. He himself, the Nashville Music Awards just named him Outstanding Radio Artist of the Year. You know, it's amazing as an indie artist, not associated with any big label, how much radio play his songs get. And that was a lovely thing. He's been named Songwriter of the Year several times with different organizations.
That's beautiful.
And I think the most interesting is Crossover of the Year, Crossover Artist, because a lot of his songs are like country jazz or blues rock or country pop or pop whatever. He doesn't have a lot of respect for genres. He just goes with the song like the parents do with children.
Okay. I like the way you put that. That is beautiful.
Once you get one award, it kind of opens the door a little bit.
Yes, that's
and
true.
People recognize you and they hear your music, and then you get another award. Because sometimes I'll be up for an award, and she said, "This is exciting. You're up for this award, but you really don't have a chance of winning."
You shouldn't tell that
because
people.
there's so many other well-known people there.
Well-known people.
And I tell her, "Well, you never know."
Then he won.
Then I'd win.
So it's been extraordinarily blessed from all over that the awards and the accolation and the reviews. I mean, Google John Michael Ferrari plus review. Oh my goodness, people have been very nice about our songs.
It's her fault.
I think you'll find out the fact that we have been blessed just by having both of you here tonight, and the fact of all the things that you've done. Now, everybody will get a chance to see more. Now, we're running out of time, but we just want to let you know we thank you for being here this evening.
Oh,
Thank
you so much.
Thank you for
Leora.
having us.
Thank
so
you.
Glad
Absolutely.
to see you, Tom.
Thank all of you.
Yay.
And it's over. That's it. Welcome back. We're so glad to have you back with us. I have another guest that's here with me this evening. This is Leanne Luna, and you're going to get to know her quite well before this session is over. We have so much to talk to you about. It's TWV, and I know you're out there saying, what is TWV? That is Together with Veterans. And you know, anything that deals with veterans I'm interested in, But Leanne Luna is also interested in it. And she's interested in it because Together with Veterans is a program that helps reduce or eliminate veteran suicide. And we're going to be talking about that because it is so important that we reduce or eliminate the veteran suicide, but we don't know exactly how to do it. And Leanne is putting together this program to help all of us understand more about it. So Leanne, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
We're so glad to have you here this evening.
Thank you for having me.
And just the idea of talking about TWV, Together with Veterans, and why is this program so important?
My brother was a veteran. He was in the Army. And he was a guy that would give you the shirt off his back, right? And he was here in Pahrump for a year.
Okay.
And I didn't have a sense of community back then at all. But when he passed, he had an accidental overdose. And when he passed, like 100 people showed up to his memorial.
Wow. Okay.
And I was introduced to community through him. And so Together with Vets came in 3 years ago with Western Institute on Higher Education. And they gave us a grant at the coalition to operate. And it was for veteran suicide prevention.
Okay.
And I was able to kind of reconnect with my brother's spirit because he would give you the shirt off his back. So we built this this steering committee of all veterans, 50% veterans, on the program, and then we decided that we were going to create a program for veteran suicide prevention that implemented peer support.
Okay.
And peer support is is an evidence-based program modeled after the AA mentorship. And basically people with lived experience, any lived experience, can take a 40-hour class and learn to be a peer support. And that helps you to approach people in crisis with your lived experience and help them through that experience with your lived experience.
You know, when you have the experience, just that obviously you're emotional about your brother.
Mm-hmm.
And those situations help get us involved when you say lived experience, understanding exactly what other people are going through.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And basically, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right?
Absolutely.
So people who have these experiences and have come to the other side and said, I'm stronger, they want to be able to offer that experience and be able to connect with people to get them to the other side as well. So this peer support is very, very important program.
How many people do you have as far as peer support going through the training, have been through the training, have volunteered for the training, or something like that?
So for Together with Vets, we brought in Foundation for Recovery's peer support twice. And at one time we had 7 peer supports trained under Together with Vets to help veterans reacclimate, to help veterans through the bureaucracy, and to help veterans through the emotional support. So it's been a very good and rewarding package, and it was from the Foundation for Recovery. So they come in, they do a 40-hour training, and then you have the option after you've done the training to work with a billing organization and then bill for your time while you help people.
How much does it cost to go through this training?
Right now we are holding it here next week for free. We do have a full class. Foundation for Recovery will come out, and the coalition will help them deliver it, and it doesn't cost.
Now let's go back a ways. Mm-hmm. You said this program was started about 2 years ago.
3 years. Mm-hmm.
3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
How did you start it, and when I guess my question is, how did you get people interested in exactly where you are today?
WICHE, the Western Institute of Higher Education, and MyRIC are two of the supporting factors in that. They gave us a structure in order to follow.
Okay.
So our first action in that structure was to take a community readiness assessment, And we had over 30 people come to that community readiness assessment to talk about where the community is as far as mental health awareness and what we can do as far as suicide prevention.
What did you learn from that?
Myrick took all of our data from that, where we asked several questions, and they put it all together. It was a beautiful presentation about how we can take all of our resources here in Pahrump, and instead of it being a wheel and spoke type of thing where everything comes from the coalition, we want all of our resources to be able to help the person wrap around when they hit whatever resource they hit first.
Okay.
So it's more of a tight net than it is a wheel and spoke. So they taught us really how resource coordination is really important to the process. And after the community readiness assessment, we did what's called a SWOT assessment. And so where we devised the program, and then we analyzed what would be progressive on the program, what would be a threat to the program, and everything else.
To see exactly where you are as far as what's working and what's not working.
Exactly.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you said too that it was a certain percentage of veterans versus non-veterans.
Yeah, they want at least over 50% of the steering committee needs to be veterans.
Okay, and what percentage do you have?
We have over 50% that have been veterans.
Okay.
And we've got some very, very beautiful volunteers that have come out to really stand up for the process. Now WECHE is no longer with us. We've broken from WECHE. They've given us a lot of resources to work with.
Okay.
And we are in the process of getting our own 501c3 to continue the activity.
I know I'd be putting you on the spot by asking this question, but do you know how many veterans you've helped with this program?
No. Because we did report to WECHE every month who we helped. I did not get the breakdown, but every month it was like at least like 40 veterans a month.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have that many veterans that are interested in the program, and hopefully it'll spread to all veterans,
Mm-hmm.
because all veterans are susceptible to, well, we talk about veteran suicide. You don't have to have been in war to
No.
be thinking about this.
Mm-mm.
Veterans, just the life having served the country, we care about you so much that we don't want anything like that to happen to you. So we want you to be able to connect. And that's what this program is all about. And Leanne is one of the, how do we say, the experts in this area that is helping us understand it more and more, and helping us get through it so that you as veterans can get through it. And if you know a veteran that may be having difficulty, we want you to contact or have someone to contact so we know exactly what to do. If somebody is having problems, they haven't looked at the peer support yet, but what should they do if they know a veteran that's in crisis?
Basically, you can get a hold of me at the coalition, and I'll hook you up with a peer support. We'll also do like an intake form where we find out exactly what concerns the veteran has. The veteran's in charge of whatever they receive from us.
Okay.
So they voice their concerns to us, they prioritize the actions, and then we help them work through what they want to do first in order to get to a better spot. So it's not something like, in the old days, mental health was, okay, you're sick and you need to go through these steps, and it's not like that. It's veteran-led. So you lead your process through this. And I think that makes it important, because you need to meet the person where they're at in order to be a help.
And that's what peer support is all about.
Yes. You, in that 40-hour program, you learn where to meet the person where they're at. And it's a very nice way of integrating the services that you can offer.
Again, this program is invaluable, and it's so important. Now, if the veteran themselves recognize they have a problem and they don't know exactly what to do, what should they do?
Immediate problem, when you need to talk to somebody, 988. That is the National Suicide Prevention Line.
So dial 988 and then what?
And then stabilize, get safe, have a safety plan, and then make sure that you're making connections. But there's a lot of evidence to say that we are disconnected and isolated, especially since the pandemic. And we need to reverse that trend. We get real comfortable when we're on our own, and especially veterans, especially people who have been independent in the process of being in the military. They feel like that they should be on their own.
Yeah.
And that isolation is a major component of the human condition of mental illness. So, and suicidal thoughts. So we need to reverse that and get you connected.
Okay, now one of the things that Leanne mentioned was you dialed, if a veteran is in crisis and haven't looked at peer support or anything else at this point, dial 988 option 1. 988 option 1 will connect you to who?
The National Suicide Prevention Line, and that'll get you if you have a phone that has a different area code, you need to explain exactly where you're at so that they give you the resources that are closest to you.
Absolutely.
And they'll start to connect you to things. But basically, because the militaries are so independent, they can actually take steps in their community to reconnect.
I like that because, and what you said, we keep our telephones regardless of what area code we're in. And if you call 988 option 1, they won't know where you are. And so you have to let them know, okay, now I'm in Pahrump, or I'm in Las Vegas, or wherever you are. So they know exactly where you are to get that information to you. Now we're running out of time for this session, but we're going to invite you to come back for our next session because Leanne still has so much more information that she wants to share with you. Welcome back for our final session. Every show I talk about that, and I hate for the final session to come because we still have so much information we want to give to you, and running out of time. But I have Leanne Luna back with me, and she's talking about TWV, Together with Veterans, and we want to emphasize too that if you are a veteran and you're having a crisis and you don't know who to talk to, you can always dial 988 option 1. And by doing that, it connects you right away with somebody to talk to about exactly what you're going through. Leanne also mentioned the fact that depending on the area code on your phone, they won't know where you're calling from. So you have to emphasize and let them know where you are. And that way they get the service that you need closest to you and get that to you a lot sooner. So, yeah, that's what it's all about. Now, Leanne teaches a lot of courses. She's advanced in a lot of different areas to help veterans and to help others that are not veterans. So I'm going to ask her about some of the classes that you can take, some of the training that she's gone through to make sure she's ready to get these classes to you. So Leanne, tell us all about that.
At the Coalition, we teach youth and adult mental health first aid.
Okay.
This is an 8-hour course, and it teaches you that number one, recovery is possible. I don't think that we lead with that enough, but recovery is possible, but early intervention is essential to recovery. So we teach these classes, and it's an 8-hour class from 8 to 5, and it teaches you how to approach somebody who's in crisis and help them and get them to help.
If somebody wanted to get in touch with you and say, I just want to know more about what you mentioned on TV, how would they get in touch with you?
Just call me at 775-727-9970 extension 204, or email me at leanne@nycc.org.
Okay.
We have a class coming up, Adult Mental Health First Aid, on May 22nd, and we need people in the class, so come on by. It is a good 8 hours. This material, if you've taken my classes before, I've taught for 10 years the same thing, but this, over the pandemic, they rewrote the whole thing.
Okay.
So you get a very thick book that explains mental illness and how it is, and how early intervention is essential to a quality recovery, and how to get people to recovery faster. So it's a very good book, and you get a little companion book with it so that you can process what you're learning. And we do these classes. If you've got a population of 5 or more that you want to hold the class, we'll come to you.
Oh.
And we'll come to you and build the class. We just taught in Mineral County, adult and youth mental health first aid. So we went up to Hawthorne. We've been into Lincoln County in the last month to teach up there. So anytime that you want these classes, we can bring them to you at your convenience.
So anybody out there that is interested in, say maybe you have a church group or just a group, and you want to set up a class, they contact you and you come to them.
Sure. And the importance of these classes is because of stigma. People do not believe that mental health affects them because it's not really a value in our society. We don't value our mental health. So we need to do these things, these classes, and learn this stuff so that we have, because we value work and we value achievement, right?
Okay.
Right? So if we valued mental health, then the foundation for work and achievement would automatically be there.
Wow. I hadn't thought about that.
So what we do, we teach the kids, because we go in the schools and we teach signs of suicide. And what we're teaching the kids is everybody on this earth owns a brain and owns mental health, right? And when you own your mental health, you should be taking care of it. So we teach the kids, live, love, laugh, learn. Live. Are you doing your daily activities? Rate that between 1 and 10. Love. How are your relationships? Rate that between 1 and 10. Laugh. Are you having fun? Rate that between 1 and 10. And learn. Are you part of your environment? Rate that between 1 and 10. And we teach everybody, if you get a 5 or lower, do something to make yourself feel better. What do you do for your self-care? I put you on the spot.
Well, because I do so much, and as you were talking about all the different areas, and I put myself at almost 9 and 10 on most of those areas. But it's fortunately for me that I stay busy. For mental health, physical health, I work with the VA and make sure that I follow up on all the things to keep me healthy.
Sure. So self-care is that.
Yes.
A very good self-care plan that you make sure that you're taking care of yourself. But if we were all trained to rate our live, love, laugh, and learn, and all trained to take care of our 5s, do you think that mental illness would be a problem?
It would not be a problem if we took care of it.
Right. Because it was our individual thing.
Yeah.
Right? And nobody would be put in a box. Because when you talk about mental illness, you're identifying the traits that are the hurts or the pain, and it kind of puts people in boxes. But if we're all in charge of our mental health, all in charge of our self-care, those boxes go away. And we're just all working toward our potential.
And then we don't mind talking to somebody when we need help.
Exactly. So it really reduces the stigma if we were all on the same page with our mental health.
Oh, that's beautiful. So contact Leanne and say, hey, we have a group of people, or just myself, just one individual. You can still contact her and attend the class, or you can have a class set up for a group.
Absolutely.
Wow. There's so much that I've learned just in a few minutes that we're talking. I understand Together with Veterans, and I've worked with Leanne on some of those things, but there's so much more that I don't know. There's so much more that you don't know. And one of the ways to find out is by contacting her and following up. If they just go to the website, how much are they going to find on the website?
On the NYCC website, you're going to find our newsletter, and our newsletter will tell you what we're doing in all departments.
Okay.
And it's usually like a 50-page thing, and it's also what's going on around the county. So if you want to connect, then there's a lot of things to connect to in our newsletter on the website.
And if after looking at everything on the website, they still have questions, they can always call you.
Absolutely. And if you've got 5 or more that need to take the class, let's do it.
I think it's fantastic. And it's definitely going to help. Now, we know that when you set up the peer support classes, and we're still looking for people that participate in peer support, what are the qualifications for a person that want to participate in peer support?
So Foundation for Recovery does a 40-hour class. They've come out here now. After next week, they'll be out here 3 times. They have a lot of them in Vegas, and then I think they also have a virtual one right now.
Okay.
CASAT, which is UNR's website, they also have a virtual one. That's $99. So you can take either the CASAT, and that's on your own time,
Okay.
or the Foundation for Recovery, which you have to go in for and show up for. And then once you've done the 40 hours, you are eligible to be licensed. So you'll have a 500-hour internship where somebody
Licensed where?
licensed for the state.
State of Nevada.
State of Nevada under peer support.
Okay.
And then what they do is after the 500 hours and you're licensed, you can actually go to an organization that bills Medicaid and bill for your time. So it's actually like an independent income opportunity.
Well, that's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
How long is the license good for?
I believe 2 years, but don't quote
Okay.
me on that.
Hey, a year, 2 years.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But at least you're moving in the right direction.
Mm-hmm. My knowledge of it, because I started in 2015, my knowledge of it has not evolved to the new stuff. But yeah, the licenses are very important because a lot of people are looking for an income opportunity that's not necessarily a job. And it's very fulfilling to work with people and to see that you can make a difference in somebody's life. And the peer support really does make difference.
You know, I look at that when you talk about somebody getting paid for doing something they truly enjoy and helping people. If that's where you are, once you get licensed, as Leanne said, you're eligible to receive pay for doing what you enjoy, and that's helping people. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a good program. I'm very proud to have my peer supports on together with vets, and we've done a lot of good work, and hopefully we'll continue. Because I think that Together with Vets is a real soft spot in my heart because of my brother.
That makes it important.
Mm-hmm.
But it also makes it important for you because you know a veteran or you are a veteran, and you know this is a program that can help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Even if you just need connection through the bureaucracy, the VA, a lot of that is very daunting. A lot of veterans will not touch their benefits because it's a daunting process. And so you have somebody to help you go through that. And I think that's a very important role that the peer support does.
Can you imagine a veteran serving their country and then deciding, I don't want the benefits of having served my country?
Right. And it happens.
And the benefits are there.
Mm-hmm. It happens. It's because it's very hard to get to, or it is
Time consuming,
or the service that you didn't come away with a good feeling for. So you just want to. A lot of people just don't want to have anything else to do with it, but it's important. You earn those benefits.
Leanne just described me when I looked at it. I had decided that all the benefits should go to somebody that really deserved it, and I didn't feel I deserved it until I was convinced, wait a minute, there's enough to go around for all the veterans, and you have earned this already.
Yeah.
So why not go ahead and fill out the paperwork and get it done?
Your service is so important, and we need to acknowledge it. And that's part of acknowledgement is collecting the benefits that you deserve.
It took me a while. I was hard-headed. Don't be hard-headed. Let's go ahead and do it. Listen to what Leanne is saying, and we want you to take care of you and be well.
Be well.
Because we want to reduce or eliminate all veteran suicides.
Absolutely. Take care of yourselves.
Leanne, I want to thank you for being here this evening and talking to these people about everything that's important.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, and we'll see you in the next show.